Yeah, they need to gel more. Those wide receivers, I don't know. That Calvin Benjamin has been nothing but a disappointment.
Send him to the Cowboys. Trade him for Dez.
You just want Dez out of here.
I do.
We'll take anything.
I can't blame you. I don't like drama like that.
We'll do the Ed Monix deal. Give us a washing machine.
That's terrible.
Oh, love it.
We'll take a coach. Anyone want to trade a coach?
Yeah. I mean,
Let's probably
Yeah.
move on.
That's
All right.
pretty much on that in that game.
Poo-poo number 116, poo-poo number 213. That's Cardinals Colts.
Yeah. Oh, God. That was
That's about it, right?
Terrible.
overtime because they're just both so bad at scoring.
And
I
it
don't
took
have any
the
feelings.
only reason that game didn't end in a tie is because Tyrann Mathieu made an interception.
Yeah. Oh, man, was that a bad game.
Titans 37, Jags 16.
Expected that. Titans are a good team.
Titans showed us
are-
who they really are when they go up against the team. Jacksonville showed us that they're still not there. Blake Bortles looks so bad.
Blake
I can't
Bortles
get over
is so
that.
bad.
I just
He's
can't.
not good, and without Robinson, he's far worse.
Yeah, but even that being said, they still have talent on there. Like Allen should be good, or Allen Hurns should be good.
Yeah.
Marquise Lee should be good, but they're also dropping passes on him. But the thing is, they have to catch what they can because there's a good chance when Bortles throws the ball that you're not going to be able to catch it. So when it hits you in the hands, you
I
better
think
take
they just
advantage
maybe
of
get
it.
surprised that, oh my god, it's actually coming toward
Well,
me.
That
They
might be
just
it.
panic.
You're like, oh, what the hell was that?
Yes.
I didn't have to jump and lean backwards.
Yeah.
Right. Then what I think is the best game of the week, Chiefs over Eagles 27-20.
Great game.
Was a
Glad
great
that was
game.
on my list.
Yeah.
That was a good game.
So good. The Chiefs don't really look like they're missing Barry all that much.
No, they're going to be okay. Eagles,
Yeah.
as I said, I think last week, look like they're a force to be reckoned with again this season. Going to be them and Cowboys and Redskins in a close matchup. I think the Giants are possibly might be the worst of the bunch, actually.
We'll get to it. It looks like Parrots, but it's Patriots. 36, Saints 20. We all knew Tom Brady was going to come out like hellfire.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
the Saints' defense is laughable.
Yeah, if you needed a bounce back game, it's give Tom the secondary that the Saints have and just let him go.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean-
like a JV high school secondary versus.
I mean, this is Auburn
It's
versus
pretty
Mercer, right?
It was pretty bad. I mean, in the first quarter, he had 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
and then he just pretty much was relaxing and just letting them run.
He pulled the Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
Like in first half, get it all taken care of and then
Yeah.
stop.
It was nice to see, at least in New Orleans sense, they were able to find at least some kind of offensive click because that was non-existent against the Vikings last week.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting
That
to the
being
Vikings
said-
next.
That being said, the Patriots don't have a great defense either.
We're getting to the Vikings next.
Yeah.
Your game
No.
of the week, your big call.
No Bradford, man. No Bradford killed me.
Steelers 26, Vikings 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bradford isn't amazing or anything, but he's passable. Keenum is not. That was a downgrade across the board for the Vikings offense, and then their defense was just on the field too long, got tired.
I mean,
got
it's all about
slashed.
system. I don't know why they even picked him up the Vikings even picked him up in the first place. Like Keenum, because
Yeah,
he's
he
good.
doesn't have,
He doesn't
just have
play in that
anybody.
system. Like, you
He's
need
good
someone
with the
that can move a
option,
little
not
bit.
the spread option. He needs the run pass option.
Yeah.
If he was a spread option quarterback, it'd be working really well. That's why Colin Kaepernick fits well there because he's a spread option kind of guy. Case Keenum's a run pass option kind of guy.
Yeah,
which
if I was the Vikings, I would cut him, pick up someone else, maybe Cap. Good news for them is Bradford's injury doesn't look to be serious. Might play this week.
I don't think there's any way you're going to get convinced Cap to go there
reboosts
because
them.
there's no way his girlfriend lives in Minnesota.
well, I mean, also he's not going to want to compete with Teddy Bridgewater because I think when Teddy Bridgewater comes back, which might happen this season, all hell's going to break loose in Minnesota.
Well, I mean, I would still give advantage to Bridgewater, and I think Minnesota fans would as well.
I don't know. I'm not even gonna comment on Bridgewater until I have more evidence because it's just Levac made a very good point the other day. Was in this day and age, if you didn't see a video of this, you didn't see the video of this injury. There's a reason they're not showing people what happened. Like, first off, NFL practices don't get canceled when somebody goes down, usually.
Well, he almost died.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. This injury was so bad on a drop-back, non-contact play that they're not releasing the video. They canceled practice, and grown men were crying from what they saw. So I am not writing off anything on Teddy Bridgewater until I see a video of such things.
I'm seeing him run and do dropbacks, and he's looking fine. So.
Until the doctor signs off on that.
The doctor has
signed off on him to practice and do workouts and stuff. I know that.
Yeah.
His
So
timetable
that's
for
really
return.
impressive.
His timetable for return by the doctor's like week 6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
you
they're
think
they're pushing it back as an organization.
Of course.
Because
Yeah,
he
which
wants
they
more.
should.
Not gonna
He
take
wants
this
more.
risk.
I think he wants more therapy time.
Yeah,
Of course.
which
Well,
they should all take their time.
I wouldn't want to push him back out there.
Yeah.
How worried would you feel if you were Bridgewater the first time you drop back in a game and you think about potentially getting blindsided?
Yeah.
When you know what your leg is, I'm pretty sure it's made out of electronics now. Because I don't know that there's anything left there that's human.
Yeah.
But really quickly, we tweeted out for the Football Frenzy for the Humpty, Canny, and Rothenberg show on ESPN New York City. Who do we see first on a football field, Andrew Luck or Teddy Bridgewater?
They said Luck, right?
Rick DiPietro said Luck because the Colts are going to force him out on the field eventually.
Probably.
I can
Because
see
the
that,
Colts
or
are a
Luck lies
dumb-
about it.
The Colts are a dumb organization.
Or Luck lies about
I
it.
have
We've
more
had this
confidence
before.
in Luck than I do in the Colts organization.
We had this discussion. Remember, I told
Yeah.
you about the broken rib and the concussions and all that
yeah,
that he had
I
at
still have
Stanford.
yet to see a source, but I'll take your word for it.
In what?
Even so,
He was injured his senior year at Stanford and was all healed by the time the combine happened.
That's fine, but we
Even so,
also
he was-
he's got this history of not disclosing these. He didn't disclose for part of a season with the Colts that he broke ribs.
Yeah.
And if you don't tell anybody, it's not like doctors are just gonna be like, "You're
I
your
saw-
weekly
I saw
X-ray, get in
reports
there, get your
That
radiation."
he had told them about the shoulder a while back, and they kept playing him anyway.
Well,
I mean, he's a competitor.
they
He
don't
wants to
exactly have the
play.
best ownership in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
I think they're idiots, and if I was if I was Luck, I would want out. And
If I'm the Colts, I want to trade him for a better piece.
but I think the Colts are more to blame here, whereas you are more worried about Luck.
I think if that's the
I'm
case, you
less
could-
worried about Luck with a well-managed organization.
You could probably get a deal to be struck then if Luck wants out of there.
I would if I were him, but I don't know what his feelings are.
No, I don't know.
Again, if you don't follow Captain Andrew Luck on Twitter, you are doing yourself a horrible disservice. Follow him at Captain CAPT Andrew Luck.
Okay.
So good. Entertaining. He talks in like the person who runs the Twitter talks like he's a Confederate or a Union soldier and talks about like rations and squirrel meat and neck beards. And it is phenomenal. One of the best. I'm trying to get everyone hooked on this because it's worthy. Let's continue on. We got the Buccaneers who looked really good. 29-7 against the Bears. Bears got their touchdown in garbage time.
Yeah.
It was really 29-0.
Yeah, Bears
As I
were
said,
really bad.
Bucks are one of my favorites to be a playoff lock. They look great. Their interior defense just shut down the Bears, and the Bears' O-line is actually pretty good.
They're not Gerald McCoy good, though.
Well,
They're not stopping Gerald McCoy
Once they
good.
get Kyle Long back, they'll be a lot better. But they're pretty good even without him. And the Buccaneers' interior defense just shut down the run game completely. Don't panic yet, Jordan Howard fans, but
Oh, I did.
I wouldn't panic quite yet.
So
I
you want to know
give
what I
them
did to
the game.
panic? I went out, I dropped a player, I don't remember who it was, and picked up Terry Cohen.
Oh yeah, well you should
So
definitely
I got
do
them
that.
both.
That's prudent. If you're a
got them
Howard
both.
owner, you should certainly be getting Tariq, but yeah, the Bucks looked phenomenal. Mike Evans was just embarrassing the Bears secondary.
He's not that good.
Winston had an okay game. He didn't really need to do anything.
Crab legs. I was just kidding when I said he's not that good. By the way, I just thought about this. Is it just me, or does Mike Evans look a lot like Klay Thompson? He looks a lot like Klay Thompson.
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah.
I
Kind
can
of.
see it.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that being said, Mike Evans is an absolute animal.
He's great.
That team
So
looks
glad I drafted him.
really, really good on both sides of the ball. I mean, it's hard to say against the Bears because I think what we saw last week from the Bears against Atlanta is a fluke. That's not the Bears we're going to see most of the year.
I thought
I just
that
don't
was.
see it happening.
I thought that was Atlanta forgetting to put gas in their car and limping to a gas station.
Yeah,
That's-
I don't know. I think the Bucks are better than people were giving them credit for, and Bears might have been a slightly worse than they were giving credit for.
I think a lot of people had
Bears-
them like as a 3-win team. So I
I
don't think
the Bears
anyone's.
need to bench Glennon and see what Trubisky can do. Mike Glennon is bad, and that's been proven.
I think the team though wants Glennon out there because they feel like they have the best chance to win. Like the team on the field, not the coaches.
Yeah, well, they are probably reevaluating that assessment after getting stomped on by the Bucks.
Maybe.
Let's see. Who do the Bears face next week? Pittsburgh, I think.
I can tell you in 2 seconds. I've got it.
Yeah, they are gonna get pooped on again, and then I think you're gonna start hearing louder and louder calls for Trubisky.
Yeah, I mean that definitely makes a lot of sense.
I mean, it's only a matter of time in Chicago. I mean, they drafted him for this reason. I mean, you made that stupid asinine trade, and fans are going to be demanding to see the results of this trade.
Yeah,
Was it worth it? Was it not? What's going on
right,
here?
exactly.
I'm sure it wasn't worth it.
I mean, listen. Based on the trade itself, we know it wasn't worth it. I believe that this game. Nope, sorry, I was wrong. That game actually has the second highest spread this week. Steelers are -8. The highest spread this week is Green Bay -10 against the Bengals.
Oh, they're gonna beat that. In
Yeah,
half.
I mean, it wasn't nearly as bad as. Well, we'll get to it. We should keep going.
Yeah. So the next game after that was Dolphins 19, Chargers 17. How unlucky!
Chargers.
How unlucky is that kicker? First of
Oh,
all,
the
to
Chargers.
be named Young Ho Koo.
Yeah. that's
Second
not
of
a
all-
good name.
Jay Cutler gets his first one.
Yeah.
Oh,
First.
man.
Yeah, until he gets hurt,
Two
like next week.
game-winning field goals missed in a row. That's
No
gotta
team
be
blows
painful.
the game in the fourth quarter quite like the Chargers.
Right?
Oh, man.
They are the best at it. And that's not something you want to be the best at.
No, it is insane how unlucky these. I mean, remember, this is the team that lost to the Browns last year.
Yeah. And they're
And
not
we
doing
didn't we
themselves
say,
any favors.
didn't we say that when we were looking at the Browns schedule that the one team they were going to beat was the Chargers?
Yeah, it's the one team they had the chance of beating because Chargers are in it in the fourth quarter. They're gonna blow it.
Yeah.
It's a very valid point.
It's what they do. They
Dolphins-
need a 21-point lead or
Dolphins,
something.
even with Cutler, probably should have done a little bit better in this game. I don't know. If I'm a Dolphins fan, I might be a little bit worried about this performance, especially with all that extra time to prep for the
Well,
Chargers.
I mean, I'm not. The reason being because, yeah, you can prep for the Chargers, but how do you prep for Joey Bosa? Like,
That's
it's
true.
it's not an
yeah.
easy
He's a
task.
monster. No, he's a monster.
All right.
Niners, Hawks.
Nope, we don't have that one yet.
Okay.
Sorry, Dan.
Oh, Jets,
Raiders 25 or 45, Jets 20.
The game was actually competitive for the first half, and then the true colors came out. for
Yo,
both
Michael
games.
Crabtree, man.
Just embarrassed our corners.
Have him on my fantasy team.
Our safeties actually did very well. PFF grades were high.
Well, don't look at the
Marcus
PFF
May,
grades
no
because they
missed
gave Eric
tackles.
Flowers like an 88.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying from not only that, but from what I watched, Jamal Adams put an effort chasing down what was a sure touchdown. Marcus May wasn't missing any tackles. Had good coverage, but our corners are bad.
I think that's the one thing that everyone agreed on, that these kids are going to be the stars of the team.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And our linebacking is terrible. Oh my God! Just a run up the middle with Cordarrelle Patterson for 60 yards for a touchdown, the easiest touchdown I've ever seen in my life.
You know what?
Darren Lee
Send Muhammad
looks like
Wilkerson.
looks like he's lost for what?
To the Cowboys for whatever.
You guys don't have. Who do you have linebacking that would be worth Wilkerson? Our D line is still fine. It's just it's easy to stack up a million linemen when you don't have to worry about a pass rush from a linebacker.